Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy, live on the WHS Network on YouTube.com. Here with Raider basketball coming your way here this evening from beautiful Raider Gymnasium inside Selma, Indiana. We have the 6-9 Monroe-Central Golden Bears taking on your 11-5 Wapahani Raiders. Glad to have all you with us here this evening. It's been a little while since we've last been on the air. It's been, I think, a little over a week now. Last Thursday night's game at home against Cowan, in which the Raiders were able to take care of business in that one. Their last time out was last Saturday at Union in a thrilling game there as the Raiders won that one by a final score of 78-25. So now you come out here hopefully refreshed a little bit. It's been nearly a week since we've got to play, and hopefully we're up for the task here this evening as we'll get right into things with our Raiders Live pregame presented by Tom Cherry Mufflers. As I mentioned, 11-5 here on the season here for the Raiders. 5-1 in the MEC Conference. You look at Monroe-Central on the flip side of things, though, 2-4 in conference play to this season so far. Now, Wapahani, last few games previous to the last couple here, we had a little bit of a tough stretch. We lost 3 games in a row. Now we've bounced back. We've won 2 games in a row, especially considering those last 2 games have been conference games, which is extremely important. So now you come out here against a Monroe-Central team that usually has always, this has been always a very competitive game. Both teams obviously very well coached, balance on both sides as well from a player standpoint. Now, granted, Monroe-Central might not be necessarily having quite the season that they was hoping for, but they're still having a pretty decent year here for themselves. And this is a big game for them, especially considering, they're on the road. It's a little 10-minute drive here. They're on the road. They want to win this game to kind of get themselves back into the mix of things in conference play, because you're never out of it, I guess, so to speak. But playing with 4 losses in the conference is definitely not good. But from Wapahani's standpoint, we've got to come out here and set the tone early and more or less shut them down from the get-go. We've got to get off to a good start, hopefully have like I said, a renewed vigor about themselves here a little bit. Like I said, we've won our last 2 games. It's nearly been a week since we've last played. Eventually you get tired of playing against each other in practice. It's time to beat up on somebody else, and this would be the perfect time to do so here in the Monroe-Central Golden Bears. But we've got to come out here and play a very respectable game and hopefully get things going, like I said, from the get-go. Obviously, we have the likes of Drew Luce here on the season, averaging 14.6 per game, as well as 6.7 rebounds. You'd really like to see him continue to get acclimated in. He's had a few games here where he hasn't quite shot the ball as well as he once did early on in the season. So hopefully he can get back in rhythm there a little bit, especially from the outside. But, even when things aren't going good from the outside, he still has the confidence to take it inside. The aggressiveness, being able to finish underneath or dump it outside, dump it down low. Having that court vision and not necessarily thinking about himself, but thinking about his team in general. So really hoping that Drew Luce can get it going early and often here this evening. Also, Trey Spence, a guy that I think just flies under the radar completely, averaging 11.4 points per game. The young man isn't really a big-time threat from three-point range. He can knock him down. I think he's right around like 9 for 21 or so on the season. So he can get the job done when need be, but mostly Trey likes to get inside the paint area. He can wreak havoc, extend this game out when need be, but nice little shot fake, dribble it inside, finish underneath, take a shot from the free throw line or along the wings or at the elbow, whatever the case might be. Trey has got it going on, and it's nice to see him really have a nice season here for himself. Started out the season injured, but has been really good since he came back. Also, Evan Roush, a big three-point threat here for the Raiders. 40% three-point shooter on the season, 45 of 113. Braxton Davis, the big man in the middle, him and Easton Heffernan is really where it all begins, at least from my standpoint. And that was one thing that I really seen at the first part of the season. We've seen our big guys getting acclimated into the game. They played a dominant force and really kind of dictated the outcome of a ball game on the inside. And that only complemented our outside game with the likes of Luce and Roush. You even seen, Garrett Stanley knock down some three-point shots, but Garrett kind of does his own thing. He can knock down shots, but also loves to take the ball inside. But, we need everybody contributing. But we really want to see these guys, get the ball inside, get the big men going early. And again, that really opens up the entire game, or the game book, I guess, so to speak. Because if you can get that inside game established, sky is the limit from there. Because with the that we have, we can really spread this defense out and really wreak some havoc here. So really looking forward to this one here tonight. As again, this has been our Raiders Live pregame presented by Tom Cherry Mufflers. We'll have the national anthem, starting lineups and time on the WHS Network.
Gentlemen, would you please rise, kindly remove your hats, and join the Wapahani band in the playing of our national anthem.
All righty, welcome back again here, ladies and gentlemen. Brandon Morvillius again alongside with me as cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Let's take a look here at tonight's lineups. First and foremost, the non-starters for Monroe-Central, number 0, Braden Matheny, number 1, Caden Shoemaker, as well as number 22, Bryce Deckman, number 32, Joel Kennedy, number 42, Taft Manship, and number 44, Roman Braun. Now for the starters at one guard, number 2, Jackson Olam. Starting another guard, number 11, Will Jones. At guard, number 20, Logan Patterson. At 1-4, number 23, Sam Fiola. And number 24, Ford Gavin Smithson. The Golden Bears are coached by Mr. Justin Olam. Now we'll take a look here at the non-starters for your Wapahani Raiders.
Are you ready?
Starting off here with number 2, Safani Buck. Number 4, Justin Ray. Also number 20, Caleb Smith. Number 24, Blake Castor. Number 32, Easton Heffernan. And number 34, Caleb Henderson. Now for the starters. Starting at one guard, a 6-foot junior, number 3, Trey Spence. Starting at guard, a 6-foot junior, number 12, Drew Luce. Also starting at guard, number 15, Garrett Stanley. Also now starting at forward, we did have a correction in the starting lineup here this evening, so I apologize we didn't get this on the graphic. We're also starting at forward here, Caleb Smith, number 20 here for the Raiders. And then also to round out the order, starting at forward, number 22, Braxton Davis. Again, the Raiders coached by Matt Luce, assisted by Chris Willis, as well as Bennett Somerset, Jeff Andrews, and Andy Zickrat. Little team pregame stats here to open things up. Again, the Raiders average 62 points a game while only allowing 57.4. Monroe-Central opens up at 48 points a game and allows 51 points per game, 40% three-point percent. Wapahani also out-rebounds Monroe-Central by 7, 31-24. And the Raiders doing their job of taking great care of the basketball. Only 10 turnovers a game. All righty, folks. Let's get this party started here from Raider Gymnasium. And the Raiders will start off with the first possession of the night. Trey Spence up top here, swings on over to Luce. Now he'll find Stanley. Now loose from downtown, no good. Rebounded there by number 23, Fiola. As Monroe-Central heads back the other way here with their first possession of the night. Will Jones leading the way here so far on the season for Monroe-Central, averaging 15 points a game. Also 2 rebounds and just a little over 1 steal per game. Jackson Olam, also another young man that's had a real nice season here for himself, a freshman for the Golden Bears, averaging 14.6, 2.4 rebounds, 3.3 steals, while shooting 37% from beyond the arc as he'll get the Bears on the board. Again, pretty good threat there from beyond the arc, but also likes to take the ball inside. He take a little jumper from, again, some of those wing positions or underneath. Take it down low for a layup as well as Luce will get the Raiders on the board for the first time of the night. And then finally another key player to watch for here for Monroe-Central, Sam Fiola. 10.3 points per game on average, 7.6 rebounds, as that will be off the mark there for Jones. And Stanley collects the first rebound of the night, as we will lose the ball out of bounds for our first turnover. Jones to inbound for the Bears. He'll find Olam. Takes it inside, now back out. Jones for 3. Off the mark there, rebounded there from Viola. Jones back to Olam once again. He'll take the shot from the elbow, just a bit off the mark. And we'll see number 24, Smithson, foot right off of Caleb Smith right there. So Monroe-Central will retain possession with 5:58 to play here in the opening quarter. Looks like we might have an illegal screen right here. And indeed we will. Number 11, Will Jones. That will be his first, team's first. All right, so see what the Raiders can cook up here in this possession. Third possession here of the night. Smith up top, swings on over here to Stanley. Finding Luce right there, cutting through the middle of the lane with a dime for 2. So 4 points down the night here for Drew Luce. Jones off the mark. Davis corrals the rebound. Great defense on the inside from the Raiders. Luce will find Smith from the free throw line, no good. As Olam corrals the rebound there to bring the Bears back the other way. Patterson swung all the way back over here to Smithson on the right side. Again, the 3 guys I mentioned just moments ago there, Jones, Olam, and Fiola. The only biggest threats here from Monroe-Central, other than those 3 guys, the only guy that's closest to them in scoring only averaged 3 points per game, so nothing overly dramatic there. Stanley couldn't get that one to go. Davis with the hard rebound on the inside. So had a little brief scuffle underneath. Looks like cooler heads will prevail there, and we'll have a foul here on number 20, Patterson. That will be his first, team's second. Stanley to inbound here for Wapahani, all the way out here to Trey Spence. Spence takes it in, creates some space, shots up. Off front iron, no good. Luce will come up with the rebound, but get it taken right away from him. Olam from long range. He has managed to collect all 8 of their points so far. Jackson Olam trying to find Smith down low. Here comes Jones back the other way, leading the charge. Smithson for 3, no good. Nice positioning there. Another 3 for Olam. Man, I'll tell you what, that kid's all right. Goodness gracious. So a timeout taken here by Wapahani. So Olam again comes into tonight's game, averaging 14.6 points a game. He's only hit 26 threes on the season. He's already hit 3 in this game within the first 4 minutes and 20 seconds. So I'll tell you what, the Raiders are definitely going to have to defend him a little bit better. Not only that, but we're going to have to guard the perimeter better because 9 of the 11 points came from beyond the arc here. So a very nice start here for Monroe-Central. Hopefully the Raiders can answer back following this timeout with 3:39 to play in the first quarter. Again, a packed house out here from Raider Gymnasium. So I guess not everybody went to that Delta and Newcastle game here tonight. Again, we're the only ones covering this one. There's no star press, nobody. That's all right, though. We got the best right here covering tonight's game, as usual. Stanley here on the right side finds Davis. Now back to him once again here. Again, we'd really like to see Davis get going here. Safani Buck from downtown, no good there. Smithson dumps it down low, and I gotta say it's out of bounds off of Wapahani, so Monroe-Central will stay a hold of the possession. Nice deflection there. Garrett Stanley getting a hand in on things. Now we'll see a couple substitutions here. Easton Heffernan back into the Raider lineup. We're actually seeing his first action of the evening. Back into the Raider lineup, though, will be number 3, Trey Spence. Also, Safani Buck, again, came in just moments ago following the timeout. So Patterson drags it out here, guarded heavily there by Evan Roush. Up top here is Fiola. Now he'll take it in, dishes it back to Smithson. Jones was trying to find the back cut there, now to Olam. And a takeaway, Safani Buck with the defensive pressure once again. And the pass deflected out of bounds off of Monroe-Central. We'll see now number 42, Taft Manship, into the lineup here for the Golden Bears. So it is standing room only out here. We've seen quite a few people standing around here at the entrances. Spence can't get the bucket to go, and he'll be fouled underneath. And the foul will be on number 20, Logan Patterson, now his second, team's third. So they've had a few good looks on the inside right there, just now looking to finish. Into the corner, Evan Roush off the mark there. Olam with another rebound. A deep three off the mark there. Tell you what, that's some big-time confidence there by the freshman. Certainly doesn't play like a freshman, that's for sure. Stanley on over now here to Trey Spence. Spence now looking to get the Raiders a-going here. Down 11-4. Heffernan on the inside. Look at the shot fake there. Can't finish underneath. So again, we've had quite a few opportunities. They're within that 4 to 5 foot range, but not able to knock anything down. That's where you've got to make a living, is in that post area. Swung back on over here, Jones. This is down low, and Patterson's going to be called to travel. Third turnover now for the Bears, and now back in here will be number 22, Bryce Deckman. And in here for Wapahani, we'll see Caleb Smith and Drew Luce with 1:48 to play here in the first. Just got to continue to work the ball inside. Hopefully some shots will start to fall for us a little bit. Build some confidence, build a little bit of momentum. Get us back heading in the right direction here. Smith, aggressive take there, will send it off of the leg of Fiola. Inbound to Spence, jukesing, three-pointer up, no good. So most of our shots have simply been left short. Not having the legs underneath us here so far this evening. Jones now on here to Deckman, now to Olam here on the left side, again guarded by Roush. Nice defense there from Roush, now back out here to Olam. Hand off to Jones, thought about it, takes it inside, shots blocked by Heffernan as he gets dirty on the floor over there near the baseline. So with 55 seconds to play, Monroe-Central will retain possession with a 7-point lead. Again, the Raiders so far here in tonight's ball game have managed to only collect 4 points. All 4 of those points coming from Drew Luce. Now Jones strikes from downtown. See Stanley back in here. The foul called on Deckman. his first, team's fourth. Inbounded all the way out here to Evan, now to Luce. Wide open three. No good. Heffernan with the rebound. Still can't get that one to go. And now Smith will pick up his first rebound of the night as he'll head to the line shooting two. We have a foul here on number 24, Gavin Smith's in his first, team's fifth. Got to pick up both of these right here. First one will be up and rims out no good. Olam makes his return to the lineup for Monroe-Central. And the second will be up and good. So Davis and Buck back in here for Wapahani. 23 seconds to go. Obviously not been quite the start here for the Raiders. But if you get a stop right here and then hopefully start that second quarter on a high note, like I said, just to get something going. Three-pointer up, no good there. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So a 14-5 lead here for Monroe-Central as we head to break. We'll be back here with their second quarter live on the WHS Network.
We know the right way to get you where you need to go. We'll be the wheels underneath you, out on the road. We're driven to give you the best service. We're driven cause we know you deserve it. Stoops, we're driven to be the best. Stoops, we're driven to be the best.
All right, again, folks, welcome back here to the B. Joseph Davis Attorney game break. Again, as you see there on the screen, Monroe-Central here with a 9-point advantage heading into the second quarter. Wapahani, again, they just haven't been able to get anything going offensively. We've seen this within the past, 5-6 games here. We've had a stretch, especially in that three-game losing streak where we just have a couple different periods in the game where nothing goes on for us offensively. We can't hit our shots. Nothing will, more or less go on our credibility whatsoever, and we can't find any kind of momentum. So now you start off a new quarter here. First and foremost, we've got to start, like I said, defending the perimeter a little bit better. The inside really hasn't been a factor. It's just been behind the three-point line. We start guarding that better, we start knocking down shots, then this is right in our wheelhouse. Smithson finding Jones on the back cut. Post feed down low. Nice defense on the inside there from Luce and Davis, as Roush will pick up the rebound there. Roush downtown. Make that now a 14-8 ball game, as we'll have a timeout taken here by Monroe-Central. First charge timeout here of the evening. And we'll stick right here with you during the B. Joseph Davis Attorney game break. Again, we'd like to thank some of our sponsors here this evening. Tom Cherry Mufflers, located at 321 West 8th Street in Muncie, Indiana. Since 1946, Tom Cherry Mufflers has taken care of your exhaust, brakes, shocks, struts, and mufflers. So if you want the underneath of your vehicle to be looked at, make sure to stop on in there at Tom Cherry Mufflers. No appointment needed. They'll hear you coming. So a big shot there from Evan. Again, gets the Raiders back now within 6 out of the timeout. Jones open there, and we're going to have another illegal screen called on Monroe-Central. And that was a real nice job there by Wapahani to fight through some of those screens. And the foul here will be called on number 42, Taft Manship, his first, team's 6th. Stanley up top, handing it off there to Davis. Now to Luce. He'll take the 3, and that's going to be rimmed out. No good. Davis couldn't get the putback to go. Now to Luce again, and he'll be fouled. So good action there by the Raiders. Again, fighting for every opportunity to put some points up on the board on the offensive end. Then on the defensive end, blocking out, getting the rebounds down there as well, as Luce will knock down the first one. The foul is on number 23, Sam Fiola, his first, team 7th. So Luce will be at the line here for one more. Get an 81% free throw shooter on the season. Second free throw will be up and good as well. Nicely done. So this is a 6-0 run here by Wapahani. They was once upon a time down 14-4. As we'll have a touch foul here on number 2, Safani Buck. That'll be his first, team's first. So Smithson inbound for Monroe-Central. They look to set up their offense. Stanley guarding Jones. They're Olam looking to take it to the hole. Nice defense there from Buck and Davis. Nice help side. Jones for 3, no good there. And that's going to be an over-the-back foul. Number 42, Manship, now his second, team's 8th. So again, the Raiders in the bonus. As we'll see Evan Roush head to the line here for the 1-and-1. And the first one will be up off the back iron, no good. And another foul called here on Safani Buck. That's his second, team second. Logan Patterson back in for Monroe-Central. Olam trying to fight through a couple screens. Jones dumps it down low. Fiola defended well there on the inside from Davis, and then drew Luce on the help side, as Luce will now pick up his first, team's 3rd, with 5:46 to play here in the first half. Again, a grand total of 24 points scored total on both sides, as the first one will be up and no good. Trey Spence returns back here to the Raider lineup. And a second one will be up and good. So first point of the night there for Fiola. Assuming I'm pronunciating that name correctly. That's what was said anyway. So that's what I'm going with. Bounced around a couple times and into the hands of Olam. Looking to go coast to coast. And the basket will be up and good. So we'll have a blocking foul called here on number 15, Garrett Stanley, his first, team's fourth. And Ullum will head back to the line here for one more. And the free throw will be up and good. Luce with a deep three, knocks it down. 9 points now for Drew on the night. Ullum with the handoff, takes it inside, and the bucket will be up and good for Fiola again. Now 3 points on the night now for him as Monroe-Central extends that lead back to 7. Stanley, aggressive take there, can't get it to go. Bounced around a couple times and into the hands there of Patterson. Jones now for three, no good there. Roush with his second rebound of the night. And now we turn it back over. Ullum again with a wide open three, no good. All right, fellas. And a timeout will be taken by Wapahani. This will be their second charge timeout here of the night. We'll take a timeout of our own right here with them again. This will be our B. Joseph Davis attorney game break here. 20-13, Monroe-Central leads.
When you need legal advice or representation, you can trust B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law in Muncie. Our focus is personal injury. We handle cases involving serious injuries, wrongful deaths, all vehicle crashes, nursing home cases, medical product and drug recalls, and slips, trips, and falls. No fee until we win. We offer evening, weekend, home, and hospital appointments for your convenience. Contingency fee arrangements are available. For a free consultation, call B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law, today.
Welcome back here following the timeout. Again, live from the WHS Network. Again, I'm Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Again, 4 minutes to play here in the first half. And Wapahani down by 7. Make that 4 on the three-point basket from Drew Luce. 12th point of the night, and thought for a second there Monroe-Central might have just thrown that out of bounds, but it was tipped by Wapahani. Gonna add a few more seconds back up on the clock here. Jones now back to Ullum. No good on the shot there. Davis with the rebound, but then gets called with the travel. Fourth turnover now tonight here for Wapahani. Both teams now with 4 turnovers apiece. Bola back now here to Ullum. Now Jones in the corner. Guarded by Spence. Now back up top here, Smithson. Takeaway there, Luce with the layup, won't get it to go, so fouled here on the play. And we'll see the foul called on here on number 11, Will Jones, his second, team's 9. So loose now here with a second one. And no good on either one of them. So the Raiders only 3 of 7 so far, as that will be another turnover for Monroe-Central, their 6th turnover this evening. Stanley here with the handoff. Spence takes it in, now finds Roush. Back to Stanley once again, taking it inside. Spence now again, shot from the free throw line, no good. And a takeaway. The Raiders create turnover number 7. Stanley takes it and dumps it down low. Davis. Back to Stanley. Three-pointer up and makes a splash. So Stanley strikes from downtown, his first points of the night. And the Raiders now only down by 1. Again, for the most part, we've done our part on the defensive end. It's just where offensively we've been stagnant. Smithson hands it back off here to Jones. Now back to Fiola here on the left wing. Takes it in, shots up, and gets the bucket to go, and 1. That's where you just keep the hands straight up in the air. Make him shoot over you. Be strong on the inside. Don't let him push you around. And just keep your hands straight up. I mean, overall, I think that was a very well-defended possession, especially there by Davis. But nevertheless, foul call there on Luce, his second, team's 5th. So the free throw here from Fiola will be up and good. We'll see Heffernan back into the Raider lineup, and also Joel Kennedy now in here for Monroe-Central, as well as Bryce Dackman. So back here to a 4-point lead for the Golden Bears with 1:08 to play here in the second quarter. Stanley now to Smith. Loose now for 2, won't get it to go. And here comes Monroe-Central running and gunning again, as Jones will now slow up the pace just a little bit. And I'm sure now trying to hold for the last shot of the half. Olam now back to Jones. Then the Raiders bringing the defensive pressure. That's great defense right there. Great defense there by Wapahani. That is how it's done right there, fellas. You got a halftime score. Monroe-Central leads Wapahani 23-19. Definitely not much of an offensive game. But nevertheless, the Raiders are in it. Down by 4. We'll be back here with our halftime report live on the WHS Network.
Auto Body, owned by J.R. Fain in the 1901 East Memorial Drive in Muncie, Indiana. Jones Auto Body is one of Muncie's oldest and largest auto repair and paint shops, in which they have been serving the community for over 30 years. Jones Auto Body, assurance of quality.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back here to the B. Joseph Davis Attorney Game Break at the half. Again, I'm Brandon Morvillius, right here with you with the halftime report here this evening. Again, the Raiders down by 4 here at the half. Not quite the way that I'm sure they drew it up to begin the game, but nevertheless, we're still in it. We was down by as much as 10 there in the first quarter. We was down 14-4, but then started picking up speed a little bit. And still offensively, neither team is really lighting up the scoreboard here, but really credit for us on the defensive side of the ball. We've done a really solid job there, especially in the second quarter. Really done a much better job of guarding the perimeter and really not giving them any kind of look on the inside either. They really haven't more or less had their way with our defense. We've done a really nice job standing our ground and taking care of business, and now hopefully we just start to translate that into some points on the offensive end, because we have not been able to get anything going. We've had a couple stretches there where we had a 6-0 run, I think, at one time there in the second quarter to open things up, but really outside of that, we've it's just kind of been hit or miss. We haven't been able to get anything going, but that's why there's two halves to a basketball game, and hopefully we come out here in the second half and be able to start to see shots fall. Still like to see us continue to be aggressive and taking the ball inside. We've had quite a few opportunities on the inside, but we haven't been able to hit our shots. That's we're talking from the free throw line and even further inside. So we've got to start knocking those shots down. We've left them to be honest with you, we've left them short usually. So that's just not getting enough on it, and we just need to do a little bit better job there. main thing is for me, at least on the offensive end, we have Davis with no points, Heffernan with no points, and Smith with only 1 point. We need to see our bigs become more active in the scoring game and also just overall defending and rebounding. Defending and rebounding has been very good overall. Davis has 5 rebounds. Heffernan hasn't really been in there a whole lot there in that first half, but still managed to collect 1 rebound. And Smith also with 1 rebound. But I really want to see more from these guys offensively. I want to see us get the ball more inside of them, and hopefully they can finish underneath. But man, I'll tell you what, though, they have continued to battle throughout the entirety of that first half. Defensively, shutting anything down. Fiola has 6 points here at the half, which that's not bad. I think we're doing a solid job on him, making sure that he's not getting any kind of rhythm and getting, building that confidence up. So offensively, we just got to take care of business a little bit better here in the second half and roll from there. We're also 3 of 7 from the free throw line. Not taking care of business there either. Need to do a much better job. Those are 4 points we left out there. That's the difference in this ball game right now. This would be a 23-23 tie ball game. So just some things to look at there. We took good care of the basketball. Only had 4 turnovers. We created 7. So just got to continue to play hard, play together, and hopefully start to see our shots fall and work from there. But we have roughly 3.5 minutes left of our halftime, so we'll go ahead and step aside here for a brief break, and we'll be back here with the finishing touches of our B. Joseph Davis Attorney game break at the half. All right, welcome back here, folks. We got the finishing touches of our halftime report. Again, Wapahani down by 4 here at the half. Just to wrap things up, good first half of basketball overall for Wapahani. Offensively, haven't been there, but again, continuing to get after, bringing the intensity on the defensive end. We've got to continue to bring that here in the second half. That is what has really kept us in this ball game. Since we've had a lack of offense here, our defense has picked up, and we've got to maintain that same mindset. Continue to be hungry on the offensive end, bring the intensity on the defensive end. Continue to create turnovers, contest shots. Don't leave these guys open. Again, they're not a huge three-point threat, but they're good enough. Again, if you leave somebody wide open, you're giving them a much easier shot to take. And majority of the time, they're probably going to knock down that shot if they're going to be left wide open. So we just got to continue to pay attention and make sure that defense is a huge priority to not only keep us in this ball game, but then if we start knocking shots down, building some momentum, building some of that confidence up. Again, it's all about reading the defense as well. And we've done a nice job, I think, of that so far offensively. We've read the defense well. We've got the ball inside. We've had opportunities. We just haven't knocked down our shots. We've got to start hitting our shots. We're much better than the way we've been playing offensively. So everything else will take care of itself. Just got to be proactive and fight the fight together here. So again, folks, we'll have the third quarter coming up live here on the WHS Network right after this break. All right, here we are, third quarter of Raider basketball here on the WHS Network. Again, we appreciate you all for joining us here this evening on a Friday night of Indiana basketball live here on the WHS Network on YouTube.com. Spence looking to get the Raiders started here in the second half, and he does so right there. Trey did not even score in the first half. The Raiders were led by Drew Luce there in the first half, had 12 points, followed by Roush and Stanley with 3 points each. And then, like I said, you had Caleb Smith there with 1 point. So that was the only scoring here for Wapahani. So good way to get things started there offensively, as we'll have a foul called here on number 15, Garrett Stanley. That will be his second and team's first of the half. First free throw attempt will be up and good for Jackson Ullum. 15 points now for him on the night, make it now 16. Smith hands it off to Stanley, back outside. Smith for three. Off the mark there, rebounded by Smithson. And here come the Golden Bears back the other way. Jones here in the corner takes it in. Nice defense there from Stanley, and that's going to be a traveling violation. Very solid job there by Garrett. Staying right there with his man. Not letting him get by. Obviously, Jones tried to shot fake him. And in return, he ended up faking himself out and traveling. Luce swings it back up top. Smith finds Stanley. Spence looks to drive baseline here, lost the handle on it, goes up strong for two. No good. Davis will lose the ball out of bounds as the Raiders with a nice opportunity couldn't come away with anything. Nice help side from Braxton. And a good old-fashioned smothered chicken right there from Drew Luce. Spence for two, knocks down the tray. Trey with the tray, now 4 points on the night. And the Raiders now back within two with nearly 6 minutes to go. Ullum unable to get the friendly roll or the bank to go. Now Stanley, don't leave him open, off the mark there. Nobody really went after the rebound. Now a throwaway by Monroe-Central. Now their second turnover here in the third quarter. As we'll see Evan Roush return here to the Raider lineup for Trey Spence. Valuable minutes there played from Trey Spence to open up this second half for the Raiders. Collected all 4 of their points here to open up the third. Stanley with a handoff here to Luce. Smith, aggressive finding Luce. Shot there from the free throw line, no good. Pretty good defense there overall, made him alter his shot just a little bit. And Jones will knock down the two. 5 points now for him on the night. Again, averaging just a little over 15 points a game. Swung back on over here to Stanley. Skip pass will find Smith. Now in the corner, back up top to Roush. Here's Stanley once again, takes it inside. Kisses it off the glass for two. Stanley now 5. And the Raiders again back within 2. Jones again, no good on the shot. A battle for the rebound, and Davis is going to corral it. 6 rebounds down the night here for the big man, Braxton Davis. Smith dishes it Davis will get called with the travel. 5 turnovers now for the Raiders on the night. We'll see Safani Buck and Trey Spence back into the Raider lineup here with 4:23 to play here in the third. Jones finds Olam. Guarded by Stanley now. Down low, Smith. Keeping the hands straight up in the air. Another solid possession there on the defensive end, but unfortunately didn't complete the task as we allowed the offensive rebound. So we had a foul there on Caleb Smith, his first, team second. Still good defense there, though. That's what you want to see. Now we've just got to collect on the board on that possession. And that's another takeaway. Third turnover now here in the second half from Monroe-Central. Gives them now 10 for the game. They average 12. Spence splits the middle and fouled on the play. The tenacity and aggressiveness by Trey Spence will get him to the line for 2 as the foul be called on number 2 Jackson Olam, his first, team's first of the half. Not quite sure what in the world we're waiting on there. Finally giving the ball to him. And the first one will be up and off the iron. No good. Again, Spence has had a couple of those in this game tonight for whatever reason. I don't know if the legs just aren't working enough for him there or what exactly, but he's had 3 or 4 shots here tonight that's fell short. There, is able to get one to go. Nicely done. 1 for 2. Hey, we'll take it. So 5 points now on the night here for Trey. The Raiders now 4 of 9 from the free throw line. And a kick ball. So Monroe-Central will retain possession. 3:46 to play in the third quarter. And it's been a nicely packed house out here from Raider Gymnasium. Big game here tonight, big conference game. This is always a highly competitive matchup. And this has definitely been that same kind of game that we was expecting to see. Fiola back to Jones, shots up, and the defense there from from Buck right there altering the shot. Now Smith will collect the rebound, now his second of the night. It's all been about defense, defense, defense. That is what has kept us in this game here tonight. Just got to continue to bring it on every possession. Look at Safani Buck right there with another rebound. Now Roush, no good on the shot. And out of bounds, and possession will head in the direction of the Golden Bears, as Drew Luce will now come in for Garrett Stanley. Also Braxton Davis back in here for Caleb Smith. So again, more valuable minutes here played by Caleb. Still yet to get on the board, but very active defensively. He's also gotten a couple of rebounds. Again, you'd like to see these big guys score, our post players. But I will say, at the minimum, at least they are playing very good defense and collecting on the rebounds. Patterson just a bit off the mark there is Davis with rebound number 7. Roush with a deep 3 off the mark. Patterson guarded heavily there by Evan Roush. Jones back to Allum once more. Off the mark there, Davis with another rebound. Great defense there from Safani Buck. A very underrated player. No, the young man's not going to go out and score you 20 points a game. But I guarantee you, if given the opportunity, he will, however, give you 20 great defensive possessions. Davis will get the friendly roll to go, and the Raiders have the lead. How about it? It's one thing about this group here tonight. The offense has really not been there, but they've continued to fight, continue to claw. And Allum will strike for two, so the Raiders' lead was short-lived. But we can regain that right back here on this possession here. Spence takes it in, finds Roush on the outside. Back over to Trey once again. Some good clock management here. No reason to rush anything. You hold for the last shot of the quarter. Guarantees you that Monroe-Central will at least not be able to put any more points up on the board as we look to take more time off here. Here we go. Shots up, and it's good. So Drew Luce now 14 points, and the Raiders now with a slim 1-point lead, but hey, we'll take it. It's a lead, 30-29 as we enter the fourth quarter here on the WHS Network. We'll be back right after this.
When you need legal advice or representation, you can trust B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law in Muncie. Our focus is personal injury. We handle cases involving serious injuries, wrongful deaths, all vehicle crashes, nursing home cases, medical product and drug recalls, and slips, trips, and falls. No fee until we win. We offer evening, weekend, home, and hospital appointments for your convenience. Contingency fee arrangements are available. For a free consultation, call B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law, today.
Welcome back here to Raider Basketball Live on the WHS Network on YouTube.com. Again, we appreciate all of you fine folks out there in Raider Nation for catching tonight's game here on the WHS Network as Wapahani with a 1-point lead as we head into the fourth quarter. It's been a very interesting night of basketball, that's for sure. The offense hasn't quite been there, but the fight, the grit, the intensity, the defense has been, without any question. Now we've just got to bring that to the table for 8 more minutes. And hopefully the offense will continue to show up and go from there. Here we are, fourth quarter. Wapahani 5-1 in the MEC Conference. Monroe-Central 2-4. Big road game here for Monroe-Central. They want to take down the Raiders, but hopefully Wapahani has other things in store for them. So Luce there with the rebound there. Second rebound tonight here for Drew. Raiders looking to go to work. Roush here in the corner. Takes it in, finds Trey. Creates some space again and kisses it off the glass for 2. Trey now with 7 points on the evening. And again, all 7 points have came here in the second half. Again, first half he had probably 2 or 3 shots there that just fell short on the front iron of the rim. Since then, he's really got it going. The defense has been big time, and the defense has been big time right there in that possession. As we'll have an over the back foul called on number 23, Sam Fiola, his second. Team second of the half. That was also rebound number 9 for Braxton Davis. Tell you what, too bad he doesn't have more points than what he does. Only has 2 points. He'd be staring down a double-double right now. Roush thought about there momentarily. Now handoff back to Luz. Smith takes it right down the heart of the middle. No good. Jones now on the breakaway. The defense from Drew Luce that time around, as that's going to be off the foot of Jones as he is sitting out of bounds. That was a great job. Luce getting back in transition to alter the shot of Jones. Nothing comes easy. That's what you want to do. You don't want to make anything easy on your opponent. So another well-defended possession. Trey going up against Smith and looked to have been fouled potentially on the play, but no call. Foul called here on Drew Luce. That will be his third. Team's third. Garrett Stanley re-enters the game here for Wapahani for Evan Roush. .5:52 to play in regulation. Wapahani leads it by 3. Fiola back up top here now to Olam. And that's going to be a traveling violation called on Monroe-Central. So Jones was actually looking to force some contact there, but the Raider defender, which I'm not sure, I can't remember if that might have been Trey or who that was guarding him at the moment, just kind of backed away a little bit. He fell forward and traveled. Worked out pretty nicely for us. Smith back over to Luce. Hand off to Stanley. Spence again getting inside. Couldn't finish there on that possession. Still like the aggressiveness though. And Olam with the 3. That's his 4th 3 tonight. That is just so hard to believe. The young man has hit 26 3-pointers coming into tonight's game. He's nearly hit a 6th of those in this game. That is remarkable. So the foul on Patterson, now his 3rd. Team's 3rd. We'll send Drew Luce now to the line for 2. And the first one will be up and good. 15 now on the night here for Drew Luce. As the Raiders now lead it by 1. Also Evan Roush back in for Wapahani. The second will be up and good as well. Nice job there, Drew. (34-32), 4.5 to play. Smithson in the corner, guarded rather heavily there by Caleb Smith, enforcing the 5-second violation. Well done, Caleb. Chalk that one up for another solid defensive possession. And traveling called on Stanley. 6 turnovers now for the night for Wapahani. Off the mark there, Luce with the rebound. Third rebound tonight. Luce marches right on down court. Shots up, gets it blocked, and stripped away. Now here comes Viola. Down to Jones. No good on the two. Now Smith with the rebound, and he'll be fouled on the play. So they're saying the foul's on number 24. Gavin Smith's in his second. Team's fourth. We'll see Davis back in. We'll have Davis, Spence, Luce, Stanley, and Roush. And here for Wapahani. Roush up top, handing things off here to Luce. Stanley trying to find Roush. Nearly was knocked off balance and possibly could have even been called for the travel there. But kept his balance just enough. Now 2:50 to go. Wapahani leads it by 2. On over here to Luce. Roush in the corner. Thought about pulling the trigger, but no reason to force anything. Now on the tray. And a reach-in foul will be called here on number 2. Jackson Ullum, now his second, team's fifth. Look at the ball movement here by the Raiders. As they weave right through this defense. Actually, a little surprised there that Stanley got away with that one. Looked like he hooked his defender. So, hey, we'll take it. I'm not going to complain about it, that's for sure. Foul called on Sam Viola, his third, team sixth. Back here to Roush as, again, the Raiders look to run off a little bit more time. Continue to take good care of the basketball here. Ultimately, settle for a good shot here. Hopefully put a few more points up on the board. So the foul there on Deckman will be his second, team seventh. So the Raiders now in the bonus. Wapahani has struggled here throughout the ball game. Right now, 6 of 11 on the night. These are big free throws right here. And the first one will be up, and it will be good. So Stanley now with 6 points. But you know what's better than 6? 7, and he's not even going to get the opportunity because we have a lane violation. Patterson with a handoff here to Ullum. Now swung on over to Deckman. Ooh, a near takeaway there for Stanley. Olam drives baseline. Nearly throws it out of bounds, and that's going to be a turnover for Monroe-Central. And a reach-in foul again called on Deckman. Now will be his third, team's 8th. And back to the line here for Garrett Stanley. So the first one for Garrett will be up and good. So there, well, at least there won't be any kind of lane violation on us this time. There's nobody down there. The second from Garrett will be up, and it will be good. Fantastic job there by Garrett Stanley. 7 points now, or 8 points now on the night. After that made free throw, a 5-point lead. Now we've just got to defend. Don't allow any kind of three-point basket. Olam will knock down the three, for heaven's sakes. The bank is open. His 5th three of the night. 24 of their 35 points. So the timeout taken there by Monroe-Central, their second charge timeout of the evening. We'll stay right here with you. I'd like to thank some more of our sponsors tonight. FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook and Joanne Davis. Let Ted and Joanne be the key to all of your real estate needs. Buying, selling, or investment properties, we get the job done. Call Ted Cook at 765-744-8143. And Joanne Davis is 765-748-1316. Again, that's FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook, and Joanne Davis. Also to the Liberty Prairie Alumni Association, President Richard Morris. Liberty Prairie Alumni Association serves as the Wapahani Center and Selma High School alumni. Make sure to visit their online website at www.libertyprairiealumni.com to get information on any events and to purchase any Wapahani-related items on their web store. Also, to purchase an engraved brick for the Alumni Brick Walkway out here at Wapahani, just simply fill out a form on their homepage of the alumni website. So we greatly appreciate them as we'll get back to the game. Again, Wapahani now only up by 2. As a few seconds comes off the clock here, the foul called on Smithson, his 3rd, team's 9th. So still 1-1, as we'll see Logan Patterson back in for Monroe-Central. Stanley, some more opportunities here. Got some 3 points. First one's up. Oh, man, rattles in and out, no good. Tough break there for Garrett. That looked like that one was going to be good, but, well, the rim had other ideas. Olam from 3, no good. Davis with the rebound. And the foul called. So the Raiders now in the double bonus. It's going to be on number 23, Fiola, his 4th. Team's 10th. So Braxton Davis will head to the line. Again, on the season, Braxton a 68% free throw shooter. He's got 2 of them here. And the first one's up and no good. Misses the second one, so Monroe-Central back in business. Nice help side from Luce. Back to him, Olam will be fouled on the play before the shot. Foul's going to be on number 22, Braxton Davis, his 1st. Team's 4th. And now a timeout will be taken by Monroe-Central once again. third charge timeout here of the night. Still a 2-point lead here for Wapahani. And what has been a low-scoring game here tonight. I'd like to thank more sponsors here, folks. Jones Auto Body, owned by J.R. Fannin. They're located at 1901 East Memorial Drive in Muncie, Indiana. Jones Auto Body is one of Muncie's oldest and largest auto repair and paint shops, in which they've been servicing the community for over 30 years. If you have any questions or need them to take a look at your vehicle, you can contact them at 765-284-2593. Again, that is Jones Auto Body, assurance of quality. So following the timeout, we have 23 seconds left to play in regulation. Wapahani leads at 37-35, and it's Monroe-Central basketball under their home goal. Smithson with a wide open layup. That's his first points on the night. So tied here at 37. And now a timeout taken by the Raiders. Nothing like a little excitement here, folks. So again, the timeout taken by Wapahani. So both teams now with 2 timeouts left. The atmosphere is electric here from Raider Gymnasium. Fans getting after it on both sides. Obviously, it's been kind of a back and forth second half here. The Raiders and the Bears have continued to get after it back and forth and really have played hard. You know, this has been a hard-nosed, highly competitive basketball game, which is exactly what you want. Neither team, like I said, is really lighting up the scoreboard offensively, but the defensive effort has been through the roof. So we'll see what head coach Matt Luce and his coaching staff drew up here for the Raiders in this possession. Obviously the most important possession of the night so far. 37, 12 seconds left. Here we go. Spence takes it inside. Shots up, no good. And a foul called. So we got 1 second left on the clock. The foul on Lewis will be his 4th, team's 5th. And looks like Monroe-Central will go ahead and take another timeout. Alrighty then. So, Wapahani just needs one more stop right here to at least get this game into overtime. Again, 1 second can seem like a lot of time. It's actually 1.9, but we can't put the 0.9 on there. So essentially 2 seconds, more or less. But that is going to seem like an eternity. We've just got to defend, keep them in front of us, and hope and pray that if they do take a shot, we don't foul them or the shot doesn't go in. All right, so the timeout over with. And Roush, and it's going to be no good. So the turnover nearly created a game-winning three-pointer from Evan Roush. But, folks, we're heading to overtime. We'll step aside here for a break, and we'll be back here with more live on the WHS Network. All right, so essentially we're starting all back over. We're tied at 37. In overtime, again, it's only a 4-minute overtime period. All the fouls still remain the same. And here we go, and Monroe-Central will open up here to begin the overtime period. Off the mark there, and that's going to be an over the back. There on Fiola. And that's going to be his 5th foul. So, he gone. So we'll see number 42, Taft Manship, return to action for the Golden Bears. So the Raiders will send Drew Luce to the line, shooting 2. And as I mentioned earlier, came in to tonight's game at 81%. Just got to take a deep breath, focus, and shoot. Can't do much about that one. Rattle in and out. Just got to have confidence right here. Hopefully we can knock this one down. Second free throw for Drew will be up, and it will be good. There we are. So the Raiders retake the lead, 38-37. 17 points on the night here for Drew Luce. Got a very nice game here for himself. Deckman back over here to Ullum. Shots up, off the mark there. Deckman comes up with a rebound. Now passed on there to Smithsons. He takes it in and fouled on the play. So the foul will be on Raider number 20. Caleb Smith, his second. Team's 6th. Speaking of which, we do add a timeout on each team. I did forget to do that. So now Monroe-Central has 2 timeouts. Wapahani with 3. Again, Smithson at the line. 2 shots coming his way. They got a little perspiration there on the floor. So got a towel to wipe that up. Free throw will be up and no good. Again, as a team, Monroe-Central, 68% from the charity stripe on the year. Again, coming into tonight's ball game, the second one will be up and good. So Smithson now with 3 points for Monroe-Central. Tied now at 38. 3 minutes to go here in overtime. Smith up top, now on to Stanley, down low, loose, fouled on the play by Jackson Ullum. So that will be his 3rd. Back to the line for Luce. Good on the first one. The second of 2 for Drew will be up and good. And a foul called on Wapahani. And this will be on number 15, Garrett Stanley, now his 3rd. Team 7, so now Monroe-Central in the bonus. It's going to be a shot, or a foul on the shot, so 2 shots here for Ullum, as the first one will be up and good. Again, Ullum here on the season, 83% free throw shooter, so right around the same mark where Luce is here for Wapahani. So Ullum will knock both of those down. 26 points tonight here for Jackson Ullum, just a freshman. Averages 14.6 points a game. Coming out here and having a game of his life here this evening. And Monroe-Central has definitely needed it. Roush wide open, three-pointer up, and he's going to be fouled on the plate. Nearly knocked it down. Could have been looking at a 4-point play here. So the foul will be on Bryce Deckman, his fourth. And Evan Roush is going to have three of them to stare down right here. So Roush knocks down the first one. 4 points now for Evan. Second one up and good. And the third and final free throw will be up, and it will be good. Fantastic job, Evan Roush. 6 points now tonight for Evan, and the Raiders with a 3-point lead. Nice upside defense there from Braxton Davis. And now another reach-in foul. Called on Garrett Stanley, now his fourth, team's eighth. So now you have Drew Luce and Garrett Stanley, both with 4 fouls apiece. You have Caleb Smith with 2 fouls, Safani Buck with 2 fouls, and Braxton Davis with 1 foul. So that's the lowdown on the foul situation, as Ullum will knock down the first one. Sag coming up and got the friendly bounce to go. Luce on the right wing, trying to find a Roush on the curl. Now back to Stanley. Roush thought about it, but passes it back out here to Garrett Stanley to reset the offense. Ooh, a near turnover there. Back up top, Stanley takes a hold of things, and it's going to be a takeaway. And they're going to say that was a foul on Luce. It looked to me that Ullum just completely tripped himself up and fell down. But hey, I'm not the one to make the call, so that is what it is. So Luce will now pick up his 5th, team's 9th, so still 1-1 here as Ullum will head back to the line. Trey Spence back into the lineup. First one's up and good. And Monroe-Central's now taking the lead. So Monroe-Central has managed to not only stay in the game, but take the lead just on free throws. Little things, little things, little things, little things. 30 points here for Jackson Ullum. 30 of their 44 points, may I add. I'd like to thank some more sponsors here this evening. Stoops Automotive Group, Buick and GMC dealership. Stoops, owned by Randy Stoops. They're located at 4055 West Clara Lane in Muncie, Indiana. Stoops has a wide variety of brand new and pre-owned vehicles on quality brand names. So if you have an interest in a vehicle, like to know more information about one, contact Stoops at 765-288-1903 and also visit their online website at stoopsauto.com. Again, their hours are Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. And they're also open Saturday from 8 to 4. So again, a special thanks to Stoops Automotive Group, Buick and GMC dealership. Stoops is driven to be the best. again, following the timeout, I guess I probably should have put that on the board there for us. So we now have only 2 timeouts left. Monroe-Central with 2 as well. It's a 1-point lead for the Bears. Spence gets inside and gets the layup to go. 9 points now for Trey on the night. Allum will take the shot from the elbow, and he'll knock that one down as well. Smith with a handoff. Stanley thought about it. Dishing it back out. Smith. Back to Stanley. Shots up. No good. Bounces around. And a timeout now taken by the Golden Bears. So they'll have 1 timeout left with a 1-point lead. I'd like to thank our sponsor, the University Avenue Dental, Greg Pyle, DDS. Greg, along with the rest of his talented dentistry crew, look to solving your unrecognized dental needs. Unviable patient experience, outstanding treatment, and that cutting-edge dentistry. University Avenue Dental is located at 800 West University Avenue in Muncie, Indiana. And their hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday. So, special thanks there to University Avenue Dental, Greg Pyle, DDS. Again, you come back out of this timeout here. Wapahani hasn't played as effective as I'm sure that they would have hoped to have here, especially in this overtime period. You had a 43-40 lead. He was in the double bonus. A little surprised we didn't necessarily take it at him a little bit more to possibly force him to foul a little bit more. Monroe-Central has kept themselves in this game on free throws, mostly by Jackson Allum. He has been the moneymaker all night long for them. 32 points for the freshman guard from Monroe-Central. Again, a young man that only averages 14 a game. That would be the young man to foul right there. You don't want Allum to get it. And we're going to have a jump ball possession, favors Wapahani. That's just great IQ right there from Evan Roush. That's basketball smarts. You can't teach that. That is just knowing the situation of the game. You grab a hold of the basketball, you get the ball back to your team. And we'll once again have another timeout. I feel like we're playing college basketball. Well, you get in the March Madness, and I guess we have our own February Madness right now. But goodness gracious, timeout after timeout, and it's all about setting up the right play, scheming, trying to find a way to put yourself over here. But both teams now with 1 timeout left. That's a 1-point lead, 46-45 here for the Golden Bears. And what has been such a thrilling ball game here tonight. Again, it's not been a big-time offensive expose, but defense has definitely outshined anything else in tonight's ballgame. Defensively, both teams have gotten after it, and especially from Wapahani's side of things, the way things got off to this ballgame, too good for us. We started out down 14-4. That was the largest lead in the game by either team to this point. But, we was in a real bad predicament right there. And then you come back from that and you continue to chip away, continue to fight throughout the ball game here to put yourself in position to potentially win. We've just got to finish the job here. We have got to finish the job. Spence takes it in, shots up. He's going to be fouled in 1. Oh, heck yes! A big basket there for Trey Spence. So he'll head to the line for one more. The foul on number 20, Logan Patterson. That's his fourth. So a crucial free throw now for Trey. 76% free throw shooter on the season. And the shot will be up and no good. And a timeout now taken by Monroe-Central as everybody is literally on edge. So that will be the final timeout by Monroe-Central. Wapahani still with one. Friday night basketball, Indiana high school basketball at its finest, though. This is definitely a great atmosphere to be in, no question about that. So now you come out of the timeout. Monroe-Central have the basketball. Obviously, you can't foul. You have a 1-point lead. You don't want all of them to necessarily get inside or be able to take a three. You just got to defend. Simple as that. We've got to defend, have a great defensive possession right here, and hopefully something good will come out of it for us. But you cannot let anybody have an open look for one. And number two, we've just got to make sure that, if the ball does go up in the air, if there's an opportunity where there could be a tip in, we've got to grab the basketball somehow, some way. Smithson will turn it over, and the Raiders are going to win it. Holy cow! Final score of 47-46. Oh, wait, hold up just a second. So now we're going to have a foul. There is 1 second left on the clock. So the foul is on Jackson Allum. His fourth. So Garrett Stanley at the line, shooting two. And the first one will be up and good. What a big turnover right there. And just an overall turn of events. Second free throw for Garrett will be up, and it will be good. And the shot's up and no good. He gets it stuck up at the top of the goal, and the Raiders will win it in overtime by a final score of 49-46. What a game, ladies and gentlemen. What a game from a packed house out here at Raider Gymnasium. We'll step aside here for a break, and we'll be back here with more on our Raiders Live postgame right after this.
Get you where you need to go. We'll be the wheels underneath you, out on the road. We're driven to give you the best service. We're driven cause we know you deserve it. Stoops, we're driven to be the best. Stoops, we're driven to be the
Jones Auto Body, owned by J.R. Payne in the 1901 East Memorial Drive in Muncie, Indiana. Jones Auto Body is one of Muncie's oldest and largest auto repair and paint shops, in which they have been serving the community for over 30 years. Jones Auto Body, assurance of quality.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back live here on the WHS Network on YouTube.com. Here with the Raiders live post-game as your Wapahani Raiders come up on top on this game here tonight, 49-46 in overtime. And what was a thrilling matchup the entire way through. Both teams just continuing to get after it, to play hard, and you know, it was one of those games where, like I said, at first, wasn't going very good for us. You know, couldn't get any kind of momentum going. Shots weren't falling. And again, you know, it was really kind of an offensive struggle the entire night for both teams. But the main thing is, Wapahani kept themselves in it with their defense and with their fight, their grit, and the intensity that they brought to the table. That is what kept them in this ball game. The free throw shooting, well, really in the second half, especially there in the fourth quarter, was big time for us. Really didn't do all that great of a job. We end up finishing up 17 of 27. That is 63% from the line, which, again, that's not very good. But we hit free throws in key moments of the game. Now, there was also some missed free throws in key moments of the game as well, but at the end of the day, you found a way to get the job done, and that's all that matters. You know, you made some shots when you really needed to make them. You got some defensive stops when you needed them, created some turnovers. You know, really two big things stand out to me. One thing was the Evan Roush play right there with like 28 seconds or so left in the overtime period. We was down by one, and that was an instance where basically we either had to get the steal, force a jump ball, or foul him to get the ball back. And Roush, again, you know, like I mentioned during that situation, Roush, knowing the situation, knowing what needs to happen, was able to tie all of them up and was able to force the jump ball, which was big time right there. The Raiders got the ball back. Spence then got the 2-point bucket, missed the free throw, but that put us up by 1 point. That was, I think at that time, it was 47-46. Monroe-Central wasted, you know, quite a bit of time, you know, called a timeout. Then out of that, we was able to create the turnover. Garrett Stanley with the steal. End up going on down there to hit a couple free throws to put the nail in the coffin there for Monroe-Central. But those two defensive possessions were the biggest key and most important defensive possessions of the night. By far, obviously, because it dictated the outcome of the game. We did what we had to do in the end to get the win. And that was very encouraging to see. And again, as I mentioned, you know, the offense, I don't know, for whatever reason, wasn't all there tonight. But, you know, you look at these numbers down the stretch, you know, really bolstered the numbers for these guys. You know, a lot of balanced scoring. And it was all led here this evening by Drew Luce. Had a team-high 19 points. Trey Spence, 11 points. All of those coming in the second half. Garrett Stanley, 10 points. 7 of those coming in the second half. And some key free throws, like I mentioned, down the stretch there for Garrett was big time. Also, Evan Roush, 6 points, 3 rebounds. Braxton Davis only had 2 points, but, man, his defense and the rebounding was superb. He had 2 points, 10 rebounds here this evening. Caleb Smith with 1 point, 3 rebounds. He was another key asset defensively. Safani Buck, another young man, him and Easton Heffernan both didn't score. Both collected 1 rebound apiece. But, like I said, yes, you want, especially your post players, you want to get that post game established, and then hopefully that will then open up things and give more opportunities to the to the shooters on the outside. So you want to get that inside game established. Well, we never could get anything established in there, but most importantly was the defensive side of the ball. We shut them down. That was the biggest key in tonight's ball game, was the defense. And can't say enough great things about it. And it's so important. And being able to come out here and just to know that, even, not even on your best night, you're still able to get the win. And that's, what we can bring to the table every night. That kind of defense is what we can bring to the table every game. So a good night of basketball here overall. We only had 6 turnovers for the entire ball game. We created 16 turnovers. So a difference of 10 right there. So that gives us 10 extra possessions, but we missed 10 free throws. So, it kind of works hand in hand, but a very, very good W here tonight. Wapahani now improves to 12-5 here on the season, 6-1 in the MEC Conference. And we'll look to get back at it next Friday night and hoping we just continue to win ball games, continue to get better, and just go from there. Obviously not a whole lot of time left in the regular season here. Only have, I think, roughly 4 games left. We'll have Daleville next Friday night right back here at home, and then next Saturday we'll be traveling to Yorktown to take on the Tigers. So a Friday, Saturday night, 2 games and 2 nights next weekend, and we'll have that one right here, both of those on the WHS network. And then we wrap up the season with final 2 games. February 19th on senior night right here at home against Centerville, and then February the 22nd we're at Shenandoah in a big conference game there. Shenandoah ranked, I think, number 2 in Class 2A, and so we're looking forward to that one, but not to skip too far ahead. Most importantly is Daleville coming up on next Friday night. So a good win here tonight. Again, we thank all of our sponsors: Jones Auto Body, Stoops Automotive Group, Buick and GMC Dealership, University Avenue Dental, Greg Pyle, DDS, B. Joseph Davis, Attorney at Law, the Muncie Dragway, FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook and Joanne Davis, Tom Cherry Mufflers, the Barn Lot, Liberty Perry Alumni Association, and also a special thanks there to our good friends at Harris Chapel Church and Pastor Jim Ballinger and his wife Janie. Greatly appreciate them and all of our sponsors for everything they do for us. And again, we appreciate you all for joining us here this evening for Friday night of Indiana High School basketball, as your Wapahani Raiders again defeat the Monroe-Central Golden Bears 49-46. So, folks, until next Friday night, I'm Brandon Morvillius, alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Again, thank you for watching. Have a great night, and we'll see you next Friday night, again, right back here on the WHS Network.